I am proud to announce that starting today, our company is now Meta.
We are creating an entirely new platform layer, which is the Metaverse.
Is Facebook, or Meta as it's now called, stock a buy or sell? Well, in this video, you guys are gonna find out as I reveal 3 reasons why Meta is a sell and 3 reasons why Meta could be a buy. I'm Ben and welcome to Motivation to Invest. It's 2022. Of course, guys, this is not financial advice. It's not a recommendation to buy or sell any stock. This is just some analysis I've done on 6 different reasons why you could go either way with Facebook, or as it's now called, Meta stock. Now, the company released its earnings fairly recently, and they made for some very interesting reading. So let's just dive straight into that. So the first reason we're going to get into is reason 1, and that is a reason to sell, and that is slowing user growth. So Meta announced their Q4 and full year earnings for 2021, and user growth has slowed down in 2021, where Facebook daily active users were just 1.92 billion on average, and this is an increase of just 5% year over year. So the user growth is still increasing, it's still growing, but the growth rate is decreasing. Now, this was much less than the 2020 lockdown highs of 10.9% user growth, but more worryingly, this was also a lot slower than the pre-pandemic growth rate of 8.56%. As you can see here, guys, I put this table together last year in 2021. They were increasing their users at around 8.56%. So they reached 1.6 billion daily active users. Great growth there. And then this reached 1.82 billion daily active users in 2020, which was a massive 10.9%. Now, I've personally called this the lockdown boost because to me, that was from everyone was stuck at home. There was nothing else to do but really just scroll through Facebook. So that was a real boost there. I wasn't expecting the same growth in 2021. And really, that's what happened. So there was a lot less growth, 6%, which was less in Q3 2021. So this news was out there previously. However, for Q4 2021, the results were only just released in February 2022, the percentage increase has just been 5%. Now, if you were to draw a trend line, you would see that, of course, this is trending downwards in terms of growth. So is the growth of Facebook flatlining? It could be, well, it seems to be, and that could be an issue for the stock. So that's one reason to potentially sell. Okay, so reason 2 that you might consider selling Facebook stock, or Meta as it's now called, is they have lower ad revenue. So Meta still makes the majority of its revenue, 97% in fact, from advertising. And really it's in an advertising duopoly along with Google or Alphabet. Now, for ad impressions, the company experienced headwinds and they had a shift in engagement more towards Reels, which monetize at much lower rates compared to normal Facebook, Instagram posts on the feed and the stories. Now, this may seem like a minor issue. People are using Reels more rather than the normal feed, but this actually impacts ad revenue massively. And this is because Reels, which are usually short, very brief clips, they monetize at much lower rates, because an advertiser is not willing to pay as much to be on a reel as they would be to be on the normal Facebook feed. And this makes complete sense.
Boys, bad boys, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when they entangle with you? You're not supposed to say like that.
Now, Facebook actually stated in their Q4 earnings report that they also have increased competition. Now, really, the elephant in the room is TikTok. So TikTok has seen tremendous growth. So if we hop in right here, so TikTok now has over 1 billion monthly active users, and this is fast approaching Instagram's 1.4 billion monthly active users. So that's tremendous growth we've seen just over the past few years. So as a comparison to other social media platforms here, you can see Facebook has 2.9 billion monthly active users, still the largest player out there, followed by YouTube with 2.2 billion monthly active users, then Instagram 1.4 billion, and then TikTok at number 4, 1 billion monthly active users, which is double the size of Snapchat, double the size of Pinterest, and nearly double and over double the size of Twitter. So TikTok has seen tremendous growth. So the real question is, could this be a systemic shift? Are users deciding to actually move away from Facebook and Instagram and more towards TikTok and using Reels, of course? Okay, so on to reason number 3, and this is a reason to buy, and that is they have a great founder. So Facebook has an incredible founder, which is Mark Zuckerberg, and also exceptional management, which is Sheryl Sandberg. Now, Mark Zuckerberg has 12% of Facebook stock, and this means he has immense skin in the game, along with any other shareholders such as yourself. Now, I've been following Zuckerberg for a very long time, and I love his strategy of the fast follow, which is very similar to what Microsoft did back in the late 90s. So basically, when a new competitor product pops up, it could be Instagram, it could be Snapchat, TikTok, whatever, Mark Zuckerberg has an exceptional strategy, which is to either acquire the company or just copy the company. Now, this may seem like an oversimplification, but here's a little table and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So Instagram popped up, they saw tremendous growth. So what did Facebook do, or Meta? They acquired the company. Snapchat came, I believe they made an offer on Snapchat, which was declined. So what did Facebook do? Well, they introduced Instagram and Facebook Stories, which is basically the same as Snapchat. Then we had TikTok. TikTok came around, they saw tremendous growth, so what did Instagram do? They executed and brought out Reels, which is basically the same as TikTok. YouTube, they've obviously seen tremendous growth, very, very steady. What's Facebook done? They brought out IGTV and Facebook Watch, which personally I don't think have been very successful, but they still have copied these platforms as they've grown. Now, this strategy has worked for Facebook so far, so whether they can continue to do that in the future, that is the key question. So really, a bet on Facebook or Meta is a bet on Mark Zuckerberg to continually keep on pivoting the company when he spots different user trends and also acquiring competitors. And this brings me on to reason number 4, which is also a buying reason, and that is the Metaverse. So the Metaverse is this immersive virtual world which will be created through various technologies combining, such as augmented reality, virtual reality, smart glasses, and much, much more. Now, the beauty of this strategy by Zuckerberg, again, is it really does help to distance Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook and Meta from the legacy, or they call it the family of apps, which have many potential issues such as mental health, depression, and much, much more, which I'm going to get into in my selling reason near to the end. Now, I liken this to, let's say a restaurant had food poisoning, and it was an Indian restaurant, someone had food poisoning, and what did they decide to do? Well, rather than just cleaning up their act, what they did was they just changed their name from an Indian restaurant, let's say Sanjeev's, and they changed their name to Meta, or in this case, Feta. Oh, sorry about that, guys. That was too easy. But it makes complete sense what Mark Zuckerberg has done. And also by changing the name to Meta, this allows them to recruit a lot more people who will be inspired by the company's new mission, rather than the company's old mission and Facebook and Instagram, which are really quite superficial platforms. Okay, this brings me on to reason number 5, which is another buying reason for Facebook stock, and that is it's actually at a really good valuation. Now, I've completed this discounted cash flow model using my own valuation model for Facebook or Meta stock. I've plugged in all the numbers here. They have a massive $117 billion in revenue, $46 billion in profit. So this is a cash churning machine, $48 billion in cash on the balance sheet. So this company is incredible in terms of its financials. The revenue growth, I've been really conservative. I said only 11% for next year, 15% for the next 2 to 5 years. I predicted their margins to get squeezed slightly as they're investing more into the metaverse. And I get a fair value of the stock of $408 per share. The stock's currently trading at $323, or actually, it might actually be trading at less because this is just pre-market when I'm recording this video. So it's at least 20 to 30% undervalued right now. And as Warren Buffett would say, that could give you a margin of safety. But before you go and invest into Facebook or Meta, I need to give you my last reason, which is reason number 6. And this could be a reason to potentially sell the stock. And that is the mental health implications of using Facebook and Instagram. So Meta's flagship platforms, Facebook and Instagram, have been linked to depression among people, especially teenagers. So a whistleblower study by someone who was inside Facebook brought these facts to light. And according to one Facebook study, 13.5% of UK teen girls said Instagram worsened suicidal thoughts, and another leaked study found that 17% of these teen girls say their eating disorders got worse after Instagram use. Now, this may seem like an issue which is just affecting a specific demographic, but there are many other psychological studies which do say using Facebook a lot, Instagram too much does create a lot of depression and anxiety. And I personally, from speaking to friends, etc., those that have taken a break from these platforms have actually found it to be much beneficial to their own mental health and happiness. Now, I did do a little bit more research into this, guys, and actually checked out the App Store for the term app blocker. So these are blockers which will block access to certain apps such as Facebook and Instagram from your phone, because we know it's addictive, so people want to have a break, but really most people can't help just picking up their phone and using it. And I saw these app blockers have over 5 million downloads, so it's clear it's a systemic issue. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you still use Facebook, Instagram? I personally don't use Facebook at all. I've got an account, but I rarely go on it. Instagram, I do use Instagram quite a bit. I've got a business account as well, but even with that platform, I do try and limit my usage on the platform. Okay, so should you buy Facebook or Meta stock? Well, guys, I've given you 6 reasons right here. 3 reasons to buy the stock, 3 reasons to sell the stock, and the rest is up to you, as this video is not financial advice. So that's today's video, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please do comment those below. Also, if you did find value in this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. Helps out tremendously the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet and you do want to join our investing family, feel free by hitting that subscribe button, turning that notification bell on. And if you do want to access in real time exactly which stocks I'm buying, selling, and also join our thriving community of like-minded investors, and even ask me questions yourself about your own personal portfolio or even just about business and life, then check out our first link in the description below for our VIP membership group. And we also have an investing strategy course for those of you guys if you do want to learn how to be an exceptional investor and ultimately become financially free. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have an incredible day, and I'll see you in my next video. Invest safe.